A couple of weeks ago, I built a desk out of some scrap wood from the job site that I was working on. I've been debating. The big hard debate that I've had is, should I finish it? And basically what I did is just made the cuts, slapped it together, and it's imperfect. You know, you can see like it's not perfectly lined up. It's not perfectly flush here. You know, it's not quite perfect. I decided to hit full send and just sand the thing down, get it nice and sanded all the way. Just beautiful, looking real good, honestly. Just, yes, oh my gosh. So I ended up using a whole bunch of sandpaper, 80 grit, 120 grit, 220 grit, and now it's time to stain the thing. Now that this thing is stained, I got the brilliant idea. This just kind of, the project just kind of piles onto itself, honestly. I'm gonna paint on it now. I'm gonna paint something really cool on it. I was thinking from like here all the way to here, from like the corner to I need to figure out what I'm gonna paint on it. So I'm gonna whip out the iPad and figure it out. All right, to figure out what in the world we're gonna put on this table, I'm gonna whip out the drawing. I'm gonna go to Procreate on my iPad. I'm gonna open up a new canvas, and we're gonna create it the same size as the table's dimensions. And if I'm not mistaken, width is 22 inches. By, what's the length? 48, I think? 48 inches? Too large. So it's telling me it's too big. So let's slice this in half. Yep. So we're just gonna, this is half the size of the table. So we'll just double it up whenever we're done here. If you didn't know, I have a tattoo of an owl across my chest. And I was really like admiring the work that the tattoo artist did on my chest. And so much so that I decided to kind of do my own version of this on my table. And that's exactly what I did. So I ran with it, used a little bit of reference. I'm becoming more okay with using reference, as to I used to hate it. I was drifting away from it, refused to use it. But now it's whatever. It's still my art. I'm not tracing anything. I'm not copying. And so I drew the owl, and then I did some like doodling, swirly stuff on top of it, and just kind of like layered it on top of the owl, and just kind of mashed it all together, and it's became this really cool design that I kind of dig. Hey, here we go. This part of the drawing, or this part of the painting, was a first for me. I actually bought a projector for this project so that I could project the art onto the table, right? So I wanted the big thing that I wanted was everything to be symmetrical. I wanted from the middle, left and right sides are the exact same. And I knew if I tried to freehand it, it would be all wonky, it would be crazy, it would be whatever. So I actually, with some inspiration, I've seen several artists do this, where they just project their art onto whatever it is they're working on, whether it be a wall, a skateboard, a table, whatever it is. So I used that as inspiration for this piece and drew or painted my owl. What do we have here? Oh, man. Come inside now. Oh, boy. Oh, my gosh. What is this? I know just what it is. Oh. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Look at this, look at this. Oh man, look at this. Look at this thing. Oh my gosh. Check it out. Okay, it's huge on me, but I don't guess I mind the fit. Oh my gosh, this is my hoodie. This is my hoodie. If you didn't know, I was selling a hoodie. I was doing pre-orders for this thing here, and it came in. Oh my gosh. This is incredible. Look at it. I'm so excited. Okay, so this is my very first hoodie I ever dropped. And it's oh my God, it's so comfortable. It's so comfy. Oh man. This is huge. Oh my gosh, this is so huge. Ha 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 ha. Yes! Okay, let's finish this painting. I want to lead off by saying that this was 100% inspired by Kipto, and watching Kipto in his video, and I'll link it up here so you can watch his video. I watched his video and got really inspired, so I jumped on this. This is the reason I'm doing it. But I tried to integrate this brown paint into the stain, into the dark, just kind of have it like naturally fade into the wood, just like he did. However, I was struggling with it really hard, and so I ended up scrapping that idea, just abandoning that idea completely, and just completely leave no space, like no wood space where I was painting. So I just completely added a base layer and just painted the whole thing. Like I said, I used burnt sienna as the primary color. And for the base layer of the owl and the doodle, all of it was like this, the base color was burnt sienna. I just either added white or black to the color just to vary it. And while I'm on the topic of this, whenever I shade, you see me adding highlights and shadows and stuff in the painting. What I do is I like to get my primary color mix up the primary color, and then separate that color of paint into 3 separate piles. And so in the middle, I'll have the base color, and then I'll add white to one of them, and then black to the other one. So I'll have a light and a black. And so I'll just using those 3 piles, I'll have 3 different colors to work with highlights, with the shadows and all. So, and here you see me separating each feather. So I'm using those 3 different colors of paint. Actually, I'm only using 2 on this one. So I'm using the base layer and then a little bit darker, adding some shadow and some, some light between, so you can tell the difference between each feather. Here's where the reference comes in. I've been using reference a lot more, been okay with it, because it is what it is. It's reference, it's fine. Adding these little textures, these little details to the feathers, I would have never thought of that, to do that on my own. So using the reference has helped with texture a whole lot. And I'm kind of thankful that I've done that. And I have taken some artistic liberty to do my own thing, like this, but I ended up covering it up because I hated it anyway. But I took some of my own artistic liberty and just, what did I think was cool looking? Like this highlight here, using the yellow as a pop of color was kind of like the final touch of this painting. And I believe, I kind of went crazy, a little bit abstract with the highlights, but I think is what really took this to the next step. Finally, adding 3 coats of polyurethane, 4 hours between each coat, and sanding between each coat led to the final product. Here is the final product. It looks so good. I love it. Let me move this out of the way. Check it out. It looks so good. Just looks phenomenal. I, for one, am proud of this piece of work. It's far from perfect. As a matter of fact, I smudged my hand really bad when I was signing my hand. I was just laying my hand on wet paint while I was signing, and so it just smeared really bad. But overall, this thing looks amazing. Looks so good. Yes. These things smell for like a week and then they're gone. It's like juicy fruit gum. It only lasts like a day. Like a minute. Anyway, that's gonna wrap up the video for me. Thank you so much for watching. This is the Hunt Studio. My name is Hunter. This might be the last video you see in this space. Just saying. Might be some new things happening. Might be some changes going on. We don't know yet. Unconfirmed. If you like this video, like it, subscribe to this video, to this channel, and I'll see you guys later. See ya. That's it for me.